MRW, up or
Do you wanna
down,
serve
balls
or
up,
do you wanna
balls down,
return?
POD.
Which side is the sun, man? Are we serving?
Wait, which way is that?
Spin the racket.
Welcome back to Spin the Racket, the recreational tennis spot, covering everything from the Pro Tour to the everyday league player. I'm your boy Lou.
And I'm G.
And today we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff.
A long list of things.
Yeah, today we're going to be going over the Paris Rolex Masters, the changing seasons, do a little bit of a USTA introduction, Alta recap, talk about the drop in temperature, how does that affect play, and how to handle lower temperatures, because not everyone's going to be playing indoors this year, and that includes us.
Exactly. There's like 0 indoor courts in Atlanta.
Yeah, there used to be 8 with Lifetime Fitness, which I now have access to, but now they have that, because now it's half pickleball, half tennis. So always going back to that same turf wars.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize that. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. If you're listening, that's episode 2, episode 3.
He's right. It's a good one.
Yeah,
this is good to. This is like a flashback, because we haven't done like just me and you on a pod in a long time. So,
yeah,
back to the roots.
Back to the roots. That was episode 1, and then since then we've only had guests.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
but the people want to hear more from us.
It's good to be back.
Back in the studio.
Back in the studio with Spin the Racket. Yeah, so let's talk about the Paris Rolex Masters. I know obviously we talked about this just a few minutes ago when we were just shooting the crap, but again, I was talking about it yesterday, how world number 2 can beat world number 3 6-0, 6-1. I mean, took him to the bakery and gave him a bagel and a breadstick. He was
carbo loading for sure. That's rough if you're Sasha. Like, how do you walk away from that match? And obviously, he'll go to turn in a couple of weeks, but like that can't help you feel good.
Right. I mean, it feels like exactly. How do you go to the ATP finals after that, and then like trying to show face, right? I feel like have you ever seen Andrei Rublev at the ATP final interviews?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude, he's so funny. He's like, why am I here? Like, you understand? Like, I'm competing against these guys, and then he'd just look at Novak and Rafa, and it'd be like, yeah, there's absolutely no chance. There's no chance. I just came here for to show some tennis, to show up.
He's just a match filler.
In normal Rublev fashion, just super funny.
I love it.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, what am I doing here? So it's it's just crazy, right? And then for those of you that are watching or listening, world number 2 right now is Jannik Sinner, obviously Mr. Consistency, and world number 3 is Alexander Zverev, also known as Sasha Zverev. So yeah, that's what happened in the the semifinal of the Masters 1000 in Paris, just 6-0, 6-1. I mean, it's incredible how there can be a gap like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Sinner is playing incredibly well. It was interesting because earlier in the week, it looked like he might retire from a match or maybe pull out and withdraw because he wasn't physically 100%. But apparently he's been able to make things happen and beat Sasha like that. Now he's recording this when he's facing FAA right now in the final. So we'll see.
Up 4-2. Up 4-2.
Yeah, we'll see if FAA can make this interesting. They're already doing better than Zverev, so he has that for him.
Yeah, already avoided the bagel. But I mean, that also is to tell you, I mean, I'm currently looking at the rankings here. Jannik has 10,500 points, and then the drop-off is insane. It's 6,000 points for Zverev. So
wow.
The points kind of give you the story of the level, the ranking here. It's between Carlos and Jannik, there's about an 840 point gap, and then you have an over 4,000 point gap between world number 2 and world number 3, and then after Zverev's sitting at 6,100, then you've got Fritz at basically 4,700, another gap. So it's a pretty disparate.
Yeah. And what does that mean for the game? I mean, I know a lot of folks I talk to, obviously everyone loves the big matchups between Sinner and Alcaraz, and you're really excited because you're going to go the distance. But when they're playing these other players and they're beating them, 1-1, 2, and so whatever, like what does that mean for the game? Does it make it less fun to watch? Like, what do you think about that?
I like rivalries. I mean, I kind of go back to pre-Novak, just Federer and Nadal. I thought that was so sick. I mean, I grew up with that, so it's like, oh, dude, like, it was a big two before it was a big 3 and 4. Like, it was just a big two, and I thought that was like super entertaining, exciting. So I don't have a problem with that. I think tennis is in safe hands. Like, you've got some movers here. Like, I'm looking at the live rankings, and Ben Shelton is biting the heels of Taylor Fritz now at number 6. He's only about 700 points away from being the number 1 American. You've got FAA really making a comeback to the top 10. Right now, he's going to be, as of tomorrow, he's going to be world number 8. So
I love it.
He's coming back. Like, you've got players that are bringing excitement. Bublik decides to really lock in for a tournament and just has like a super deep run, right? Semifinals of a Masters 1000. Like, that guy obviously has the level. And then you've got what's his name, Basharo, going from like 204 in the world to now, as of tomorrow, he's going to be world number 30. So, I mean, I think we're only going to see more of this guy. The higher ranking, giving him access to more and more tournaments. Joao Fonseca, same thing. He's now world number 24.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of movers here. I mean, a lot of guys just move. Jakob Mensek, another one. And unfortunately, we're going to see Holger Rune, drop off over the next few weeks. But I hope he's making a speedy recovery. I don't know if you saw the video going around where he's got his left foot on a cast and like just kind of like sitting on court, just ripping forehands. You seen that?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he did. The dude's like, and it's funny because his ex-coach, what's his name? Patrick Mouratoglou. He was talking about, I mean, kind of a hot take, right? But he said, this might be the best thing that happens to Holger. And he might look back and be like, this was a good switch for me, right? Because the dude's just kind of been doing the same thing and not really seeing results over the past, I would say, like 18 months.
He said the best thing that might have happened to Holger.
That's what I'm saying.
Snapping his Achilles.
It's kind of a hot take, but I mean, he meant it obviously in the fact that it's gonna, one, it's allowing him to do things that normally players can't do when they're on tour, all the time, right? So probably spend time with his family, slow down, take a game perspective, work on his mental game, right? Overcome adversity. So if you look at it from that perspective, it's like he's obviously dealing with adversity right now, and it's in those moments where I think champions are made. So
for sure.
I think he's just, if he comes back, he's only coming back stronger. I mean, look at Zverev. He broke his foot and then he made a comeback, right? It's like those testing moments where like you either make it or you have to become stronger than the thing that's kind of in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Mindset.
Either make it or stay broken. Be done with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I was looking back at. You talked about Vachereau winning his first Masters 1000 tournament in Shanghai. You're looking at the matches he played. Obviously, played some really good players, but didn't have to face Sinner or Alcaraz to win that. And so,
right.
You wonder if you put like a little asterisk on that and say like, well, I mean, that was great, amazing, obviously, but like, you didn't face the top players.
But that's gonna happen though, and that's the thing. It's like we talked about this. Let's be honest. Like Sinner and Alcaraz are not gonna be at every final. So it's same thing happened with like Federer, Nadal, Djokovic. You had guys like Del Potro and what was it, Soderling and maybe Berdych with like Federer, and you had guys there. Murray was always there. When somebody slipped, boom. So it's like who's going to seize those? Who's going to seize those opportunities? Because these guys are not perfect. They're human, right? I think, I heard it like 2-3 years ago about Carlos, but I think it applies to both of them. Their biggest enemy might just be their physicality of the game. Like, could be an injury, right? The guys have amazing level, but they're human, and tennis is a pretty taxing sport, especially if you're winning, right? You're playing a lot more matches. You're going a lot deeper than most of the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
So it's inevitable that stuff like that is going to happen. And it's like, all right, who steps in and who steps up?
Yeah.
When they slip up.
Right. I think that's the exciting part is, even though we talked about this, we obviously have those top two amazing players at the game right now, kind of helping to push the ATP along. I think hopefully it's a situation where, like, rising tides raise all ships, and other players try to get better and better and better, so that these matches do get closer, and then you have maybe like a Shelton or somebody kind of popping up there to be part of the quote unquote big three, and kind of have a little bit of a rivalry there. So I'm hopeful for it. I feel like 2026 is just gonna be some really good matches and really good tennis.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm a big Shelton fan. I think we're all rooting for him and Fritz as well to just take it to these two guys. But it's one of those things where these guys have to acknowledge that the other players have flaws before they can get to that point, right? Like, I think it was I've seen some interviews with like Tsitsipas and Zverev where they're like they at some point get frustrated and they start thinking. I mean, even Rublev, like I just mentioned it, like it's like, how am I going to beat this guy? And so when they start thinking that way, they've already lost, in my opinion, right? Because it's like they're not playing thinking that they're going to beat the guys, that they have a chance. And so it's important for these players like Shelton, Fonseca, Vachereau, like build momentum and confidence, and start taking these opportunities to go deeper into tournaments when one of the guys slips up, and they're inevitably going to lose at some point. Like, it's just the name of the game, right? They're managing just like every other player is. They can't win everything.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, no, I love the time of the year where, you have the ATP finals coming up, the WTA finals are happening right now. Best women in the world are playing. And then I love the best part of both these tournaments is you have doubles matches as well. And so just being, obviously we play doubles together, and that's, super popular for adults to play. And so being able to watch that too and see like the level that they play in doubles is pretty insane. Like the hands nuts that you see are just unreal.
Dude, it's like a pinball machine, bro. Like it's video game tennis. You know what I mean? Like, I think I've heard like the commentators on tennis TV saying it more and more, but it's like, video game tennis. It's like, come on, you guys are not missing. Like, it's just ridiculous angles. It's insane. But it is, isn't it kind of ironic, right? How like most players like our age, or most recreational players are playing doubles, but somehow we mostly watch singles.
Yeah, it is. I know.
Isn't that like...
That's a big topic too.
Yeah, I mean, we're not necessarily picking anything up from like a singles game, right? But like, I watch a set of doubles, and I'm like, shoot, I can try that, and I can do this, and I can do that. I mean, it goes back to 2024. I went to watch the final of the Atlanta Open, and to be honest with you, I enjoyed the doubles final more than the singles final. No, not a doc on the singles guys. It was what's his name? It was Demon Deminor against Brooksby.
Yeah,
it was a good final, but you didn't have like, they're not these crazy hitters or anything like that. Deminor was fun to watch, like, just how fast he is. But then you go and watch the doubles final, and it's freaking Nick Kyrgios and Thanasi Kokkinakis, and these dudes are just serving pancakes and just playing crazy. I mean, every ball was like 100%. So
for sure,
I don't know. Professional doubles is just insane.
I know it is so fun to watch, and I'm hopeful, with what happened at the U.S. Open with that mixed doubles exhibition and how popular that was. If maybe something could be done on the doubles tour for men and women to just kind of make it a little bit more exciting for some of these tournaments. Like to your point, a lot of people play doubles, a lot of people focus on that game, and so there needs to be obviously more marketing and incentives to get the TV providers to kind of show some of that tennis. But I do think if they make the format a little bit more exciting and engaging, get some of the top singles players to play a little bit more often, like just mix it in there, they probably can have a bit more of a draw for people to watch.
100%. I think the Laver Cup has done that really well. Where they're all these top guys. They're always getting like top guys to play.
Yep.
And then seeing like what a singles guy can do in doubles. Like I personally think that Fritz has gotten better at doubles over the past like 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I think, probably last year or the year before, like he was kind of the target, right? If the guy was at the net, like they were going for him quite a bit. And I would say like in the past year, I've seen him like just deliver better hands in the doubles court.
Yeah.
Or the doubles game, whatever. But
yeah. He's definitely good. Like, I know like Sasha tries to play doubles a fair amount. There's some other top players that they'll sneak in and try to play doubles with a friend or somebody, and it's kind of cool to watch when they do.
It is interesting, right? Like Shelton does it quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Shelton does it quite a bit, and then I know Djokovic would always like throw in a random like doubles, run or whatever, and it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what the decision making matrix here is, but I welcome it.
Yeah, you'll see like Tsitsipas play with his brother. A fair amount.
That was cool. That was cool too. You're like, dude, why is his brother not like ranked higher? Like, yeah, it was just like again crazy double stuff, and I'm just like, dang, all right,
yeah,
maybe that could be a good pivot for Tsitsipas at this point.
He needs something. Gotta change it up.
Yeah. So let's talk about the race to Turin. Do we have everyone qualified already? I don't think so, right?
I think in terms of who's been qualified already, like the top 7 spots, I think there's like one more spot that's open.
Dude, it looks like FAA is currently 8 now. This is the last tournament before. There's a couple like 250s right before that. No, wait. Yeah, you have two 250s. I saw that Marcos Giron is playing in Athens, but that's an ATP 250. You got Metz in France, and then the finals is November 9th through the 16th. So yeah, this is the last run, and I think FAA just displaced Musetti. Kind of unfortunate, but I mean Musetti has been playing pretty well this year, but FAA I think he just has some really big throws towards the end of the year.
Yeah, he's had a really good indoor run here the last several weeks, and yeah, I think it's well deserved. Obviously, he did have that big run in the U.S. Open to the semifinals, which was great. 4-set loss to Sinner, but yeah, I mean he's definitely won. I think like 3 titles this year already. So you don't think about it in the fact that like, okay, he's been playing stellar all year round. It's definitely been a little bit lumpy, but I think it's been a good finish to 2025 for him.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for like, the 2 guys that I see missing out here, Lorenzo Musetti and then Jack Draper. I feel like these guys have been like, probably the first half of the year did really well. And just, Musetti, I don't think he's had like a deep run the second half of the year. And Draper, I don't know what happened.
Well, Draper's out with injury right now.
Oh, that's right?
Yeah, he kind of ended his year a little bit early, unfortunately.
Was it that was right after the U.S. Open or during the U.S. Open, right?
Yep, that's right. Yeah, pulled out of the U.S. Open walkover.
That guy has been riddled with injuries, unfortunately, which sucks. 'Cause I feel like if he can get like a full season, he can have a good run
for sure. He's really good. So yeah, hopefully he gets better and ready to go in 26.
We look forward to that.
But yeah, I mean, I do think the actual tournament will be pretty stellar. Obviously, it's the question of who is going to rival Carlos or Yannick, right? Going into that, I mean, it's cool that it's indoors as well. I think that's a good nod for Felix if he's there. He's a big indoor player. Hopefully helps some of the big servers out there. But yeah, if you're like I said earlier, if you're Sasha and you're up against Sinner and in the same round robin, you're like, oh man.
You can't count. I mean, you can't. Djokovic again. The dude's has made like semifinals of every single Grand Slam this year. So, he's obviously been saving his body for like big moments, and I think Novak is going to bring it. You've also got Taylor Fritz, who beat Carlos at the Laver Cup, and that was indoor as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think Taylor has the ability to turn it up as well. So does Ben, but I think Taylor's a little bit. I feel like he's a little bit more mentally locked in this year, and taking advantage of like the serve +1, just really aggressive on the forehand. Whereas I think Ben has to mature that area. He's like using the slice too much sometimes, and he'll like float the ball and get himself in like awkward positions, which is great because like I don't know if you saw the highlights from like when he played Rublev and he was just hitting these crazy like on the run forehands, but it's like
I did see a couple of those.
yeah, it was like I mean they were crazy, but it's like you kind of just got yourself in that position, bro.
Right.
It's about playing more efficiently. I think he has the game to be more dominant and less passive in some of these points, but I think it'll change. It's just like with Carlos, right? He was making a lot of, he was playing way more aggressively 2-3 years ago, a lot of showman tennis, and he's kind of like dialed it back a second.
Yeah.
Whereas like it's funny because like Sinner's trying to be more unpredictable and making more errors.
Right, exactly. But it is cool that, and you mentioned both Shelton and Demon.
Demon cracks me up, man. He was, I don't know if you saw on like again social media, I just get all these random like tennis memes that he was talking about, like how he just needs to make money because he's got this wedding coming up with Katie Bolter, and he's like, yeah, he's just like he's like you see these pro players and all this stuff, but this dude is just a regular guy, just like any of us, just like stressed out for like the wedding that he isn't planning, that it's just like probably blowing it out of the water. He's just like, yeah man, I gotta win more tournaments to pay for this wedding. It's like he's talking like he's got a 9 to 5,
yeah. Literally.
I'm just like, all right dude. And Sinner just took 6-4 on the first set. Djokovic is playing in Athens. Interesting. And then Mazzetti is playing. So technically, wait, hold on.
So that's why FA needs to win this match to clinch versus,
and then
he's not guaranteed.
Well, that's the thing. Because also, what's his name? FA is playing in Metz. So they're still technically.
He's still playing? Dang.
Dude, he's playing in Metz.
Not if he wins this, he's definitely pulling out.
You think so?
Yeah, there's going to be no reason for him to
that
play
would put
Metz
him
if he wins Paris.
If he won this, he would be number 5 qualifier. Yeah, he'd be like well in. Right now, him and Mazzetti are about less than 200 points away. So yeah, I mean, Mazzetti could technically have a good run at this other tournament. What is it? Athens, and get the qualifier. That's cool.
That's a lot of flying. Like you're going. I mean,
not really.
It's the life of the tennis player.
It's like a 1 hour flight, right? Because
it's
because he's in Paris
Greece,
already.
Turin, just like.
Well, FA would go to Metz, which is already in France, so he would probably just drive. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how more. It would probably be like 2 hour flight, 2 hour drive or something in France.
It's like 3.5. Wait, 3 hours
from Paris to Metz. Yeah. So I mean,
maybe the train.
Yeah, I'd probably take a train. Exactly. Mazzetti went from Paris to Athens, but then again, he lost in like the second round or whatever. So that's the thing, dude. If you lose, you technically have all this time to travel and acclimate and all that stuff. And if you win, it's like, no, buddy, you're going straight through. I mean, even if you don't win, like he's playing today, and then he will have to play probably like tomorrow or Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, the good news is like, these are indoor tournaments, which helps, but still, it's a lot of like back and forth.
Talk about the grind. But, speaking of indoor, you want to talk about the changing seasons?
Yeah.
Changing seasons. What happened with, we're obviously going from a recreational standpoint, going from the fall to the winter season. Talk to us about, you're the captain behind the scenes of our men's team. How would you describe this past season?
That would be that's a generous title. I think the captain was kind of like the co-captain behind the scenes. Really.
Yeah, sort of like that.
Our co-captain was really the captain, but yeah, I'll describe myself as an advisor to our team.
There you go. Yeah.
Team leadership. But yeah, with Alta, it's always just about availability. And I think fall is tricky where if you don't have players that are around, you're kind of competing with the like football season and travel and all that. So our team struggled with that. I think it's just like we have to recruit more players and at the beginning of the season also understand who is available generally, like get kind of like a quick poll of like, are you going to be around for 3 matches, you think, all matches,
exactly,
no
like
matches,
percentage wise. Yeah.
Yeah, because we were not
Get
prepared.
a temperature check.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna be bumped down because I think we probably ended up.
Well, we
in the
lost
last
our
spot.
top 2 guys, and then you and I had to step in and step up. And dude, we didn't win anything in like 2 sets this season. It was all 3-hour. The only wins I had were 3-hour plus 3 sets. Like I'm just like, dang, dude. Like I'm clawing my way to a win. It felt good though,
Yeah, a win's a win.
Those wins, I feel they're a lot more rewarding. I mean, they test your mental metal a little bit more than 6-2, 6-3. It's like, all right, well, what's next? It's like less memorable, but I can look back to the season and be like, yeah, I was like about to lose it, and I looked at you, first set, I'm like, I just remember trying to return these serves, and I'm in my head like, I just had a long work week, worked all week.
Mhm.
And then I'm over here on a Saturday morning trying to mentally focus so I can return a dang serve. It's like, people don't understand. This is like, it felt like another job, man. And
Yeah.
I was like, dang, like,
It's so
just
mental.
frustrated from the beginning. First set, just like, I am not there. I'm in my head. And then, kudos to you. You were so solid that it allowed me to come back mentally. And then I don't know how we did it, but we brought it back and won the second and the third set.
It's a good win. That was favorite
That was
match of
an
the season for sure.
Epic
for me.
win. Then proceeded to have 2 celebratory beers, which was awesome because they were going to be sorrow beers. It felt a lot better.
Yeah, that was a good day. That was a good day. That season's wrapped up. I think USTA is shortly behind it. Like I think our first match for USTA is November the 15th. So there's no off season in the recreational league either.
You get like 3-4 weekends maybe if you don't have a deep run, and if you don't get into the playoffs and all that stuff. Like I think we were getting 3-4 weekends, and then back at it, back on tour,
back to it.
And this is like my least favorite season just because it gets cold out and like the ball just turns into a brick, dude.
Yeah.
It feels like you're hitting like a baseball, it's like there's no bounce, they die, it's like frigid out, like it's just the game it actually plays better for like the way that I play because the ball's dying, I can just start spraying, but it's just difficult, man. Like I don't know, it gets really physical.
Yeah, I don't particularly enjoy playing tennis when it's super cold, like sub 40 degrees for me is just like I don't have a good time out there. If it's like in that 55, 60 window, like okay, this is fine. I can do this. But it's tricky because you don't know how, like, what do you wear when it gets like really cold, right? I can't play tennis with gloves on or anything like that. So like it's just, and you just get like really chunky clothes. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely tough, right? It's a challenge because I've tried playing with gloves. It's garbage. Like your dexterity just goes way down, and so
terrible.
I guess this year, right? This past winter, I played in 26 degrees outside.
26,
dude. It was actually a super nice session. It was super nice, but I did not feel my left hand for the first 45 minutes. So you kind of have to get it's getting used to that earlier in the season and just kind of working up to it.
Yeah.
Like two winters ago, I happened to go play indoors, often enough to where it just completely derailed my ability to play outside in the winter. And so it just kind of spoiled me. And then everything that was outside just felt like so garbage. But this past winter, I didn't have that. I only had to play outside. So I kind of adjusted to it. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's cold outside, but we got to play. Like, I didn't think of any other option. So it was getting the rhythm to just acclimate your body. But one thing that I learned is that instead of wearing joggers, I hate wearing pants, especially when playing tennis in general. Especially when playing tennis. Jody, one of our friends, he's always playing with tights, and I was like, whatever. Like, I have a pair of like Nike Pro Combat, but like I was like, whatever. This past season, I started wearing shorts with tights, and dude, I think that is the solution. It just for some reason, whereas the joggers and the pants feel like they restrictive, right, and then just kind of get in the way. I feel like the tights, one, they help with circulation, but two, they just make you like springy. So I found that I feel like I'm wearing shorts, but I also like I'm not freezing. Because of the tights. I think that's going to be me, going into this season. And then for the top, I think there's no better solution than a short sleeve shirt under so that you have mobility, and then a heavy sweatshirt on top, like a loose, heavy sweatshirt. I feel like that's a good combo. If you get anything that's tighter, I start to feel restricted. And then this is just a personal pet peeve. If I do a long sleeve shirt with a sweatshirt, I feel like the fabric kind of tugs, like they tug on one another. Whereas if it's short sleeve, I can still move freely inside of the sweatshirt. So I've put a lot of thought into this.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, no, I've always worn like tights under shorts for like winter tennis. It's just to your point, like it feels like you can move a lot better and not like, your legs aren't coming together with the fabric and feeling like extra heavy. So yeah, I think that's definitely the move. I haven't tried though the short sleeve shirt under the sweatshirt. I feel like I've always been like anti bulky clothes when playing tennis, but maybe I'll give it a shot.
Dude, I have these two workhorse of sweatshirts that I wear for the tennis season. One's heavier than the other. It's I decide based on the temperature. Like if it's at 40, I'm gonna go for the heavier one. It's like, dude, it's like this 11-ounce like sweatshirt. It's thick, but I'm telling you, it's lives changing. Like it's like, I mean, it's like you're wearing like a big hoodie, but without the hood. Because playing tennis with a hoodie is kind of garbage. Like the hood actually, like if you're moving around and stuff, it can flap around the little drawstrings, like slap you. So, yeah, I'm in love with a sweatshirt for the winter. Like, and it came about with these two cheap like sweatshirts that I just started wearing for tennis. I was like, dude, what do I do? Because I hate playing with like a jacket and stuff like that. And the hoodie was a solution, but I didn't realize how transformative it would be to drop the hood and then just turn into a sweatshirt. And it's like, oh, this is perfect.
A boogie without the hoodie. Yeah, I'm gonna I also love getting like little hand warmers too, just to like start off the match, like I'll use it probably the first like few games and like have it like on the changeovers just to kind of keep the hands warm, and then you're good to go. But like that's been kind of a game changer too, and throw some in your shoes if it's like really cold. Like, but
yeah, I should probably get like those like they sell them now, like the electric hand warmers or whatever. Like you can get them on Amazon, and it's like, dude, they're like you charge them with like USB-C or whatever.
Yeah,
I think Jody also had those last winter, and I was like, damn. But he was like, yeah, I only bring them up like when it's like this bad or whatever. So
yeah, and I love like the mixed doubles obviously starts for Alta in January, and like the spreads for the mixed doubles matches are always elite. It's like someone will bring out like a thermos with like hot chocolate and just like, I don't know, all like these kind of like warm food. Because like the guys, we just like, all right, here's a bag of chips and some sandwich and some drinks, not like, they're bringing out like the whole like table spread and like, we have silverware and like plates.
Wait, we have forks? Like,
they do it big. So I'm like, all right, that's gonna be fun.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm curious about that. Obviously I started playing this summer, the mixed double season or whatever. So I'm curious to what's gonna happen with the winter, and if I'm gonna get hot chocolate and all that. That'd be nice.
They level up.
I will say, yeah, the summer was like better than I'm used to. I think even your Alta team, like the men's team, like it's better than I ever experienced. And it's like, all right, well, it's different. It's more of an activity than just going to play a battle on a Saturday morning.
That's my one contribution I made a few seasons ago as captain. I was just like, let's just actually bring stuff so that we can sit there and enjoy the matches together. So glad that's lasting. That's great.
Do you change your string tension in the winter?
Do not.
You don't? Okay.
No. I don't know if there's a good reason or not. That's good or bad, but I don't. I think I always kind of keep two different rackets at two different tensions.
Oh, okay.
And so maybe in the winter, I feel like I'd probably like use my looser one a little bit more. But yeah, I always have a couple of different ones just ready to go. What about you?
I plus or minus 2 pounds. I string pretty high, so I stand between like 55 and 57, which is pretty high tension. So when you're stringing at that tension, every pound counts. Like I personally feel a huge difference between like 55 and 57. And I think we've talked about it. Like I'll start missing by like a consistent foot off the baseline and stuff. And it's like, yeah, you can tell the ball's just consistently going slightly deeper if I'm on the lighter side. And that's the mistake that I made like a month ago, where I was like, I strung at 55 thinking the temperatures were going to drop, and they really didn't. And the ball was just caressing the back of the line too much. And but yeah, no, I'll go down to like 55 when I'm playing. Like again, it gets like real winter and we're playing like sub 40 and stuff like that. Yeah. Because last year I made the mistake of stringing at 57, and it went from like 80 degrees to like 40 degrees like within a week. And then all of a sudden I went to try to play with this like 57-pound recently strung racket, and it just felt like I was playing with a brick of a racket. But it does make a difference. It gives me a little bit more playability in the winter. It feels like a 57 in the summer. So
that makes sense.
Just super sensitive. Like I don't know if like everyone adjusts that, but I've always been like super sensitive to the tension.
Yeah, I could probably be better about that. I think partly for me, it's just getting to the store to string my rackets too. I don't have like a stringer at home or anything like that. So
you know me,
like
we go to the same place, right? So it's like I'm 30 minutes away from that place now. It's like I used to be real close, and it's like, well, I can't change it though, so I always figure out a way to get there. But no, I agree. I hear that like if you string between like 40 and 50, it's plus or minus 5 pounds. Like it's like really doesn't make us much of a difference. But the higher up you go in string tension, like the more sensitive you are to the tension. Yeah. So, and this is me intentionally working down from like 59, 60 pounds. Wow. Just to be easier on my body. But we got a ways to go.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's get back to watching this Masters 1000 final. Like I think FAA is making a little bit of an interesting match in the second set. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah. Are you playing it on the side? Be honest.
I am playing it on the side. Of course.
You are playing it on the side.
We gotta like gotta be in the moment.
Yeah, right. That's like us recording in the middle of the what was it, the Wimbledon final?
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing?
How do we not have this? Like, let's live comment. Like,
exactly, literally.
Bro, we're posting this in 2 weeks. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like,
maybe we should do that next time.
Yeah,
have like a live stream. The ideas just rolling here.
Ideas, just flowing on a Sunday morning after a Halloween night on Friday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll have to do this again. Just me and you on the pod. But thanks for tuning in here. I'm your boy G.
And I'm Lou.
See you next time.